She gon' say, happy lady, oh. What's up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. It's time to look gorilla. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. Make sure you hit that like button when you come up in here. Hit that like button. Give some time for people to come in. Look at the sky. Quite beautiful. Your boy Snap getting his ruck on with 50 pounds of weight. Climbing these godforsaken stairs. Ready to give you guys some information and discuss some things. Look at that sky. Actually looks a little bit blue. Blue skies. Lovely. Make sure you hit the like button when you come up in here. Hit the like button so more notifications come out and I can get started with today's news. Thank you, thank you. There you go. So, if if you read the title, you'll know that I have information that shows the CDC knew that the first round of Tecate19 tests were very flawed, all right? And this resulted in a large number of false negative tests and false positive tests. And the reason I bring this up is because this shows why we should not trust any information being given to us by these authorities, because they'll withhold information, they'll lie, they'll cheat and steal to make things go the way you want it to go. CDC is no different, right? I don't know if y'all knew this, but the CDC is a nonprofit organization. Sharon Fulton was good. Oh, good. That's right. Do what you can to get that heart pumping and that blood flowing. Whatever you got to do. That's good. Walking is actually one of the most effective cardiovascular exercises and great with weight loss, because you can do walking is sustainable. You can walk for 2 or 3 hours and burn more calories than doing a HIIT exercise and burning yourself out too soon. You can walk for an hour, right? You can walk up hills, you can walk on flats, you can walk downhill, and you can burn 600 to 800 calories in an hour walking. So good for you, Sharon. And not only that, it's good for your heart. It's good for your heart. It's good for your lungs. It's good for your blood flow. It's good for your lymphatic system, right? Your lymphatic system is very important. Most people don't understand that. Lymphatic health is the key to longevity, because what your lymphatic system is doing is ridding the body of waste. It detoxes you. It rids your body of scar tissue, right? Scar tissue and contaminants. So if you tear a muscle, it's not good just to, let's say you pull a muscle. Really what you've done is you've injured that muscle to the point where it's going to want to inflame and heal itself. But if you just sit there and sit on it, and you don't move, and you don't get blood flow to that, and you don't get the lymphatic system flowing, your healing process will take a lot longer. Excuse me. Larry Bird was good. Your lymphatic system is messed from cancer treatment. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. What stage are you in? Are you in what they call that? Recession? Not recession. Tina Hartman was good. I think it's recession, right? When your cancer is in recession. Thank you, Larry Bird. I try to be the best man. Remission. There you go. Sorry. Christopher Fox, thank you. I try to be the best man I can be. I don't know if I'm always good, but I try to live morally, even if it's not always legal. You understand what I'm talking about? Because we all know legality does not equal morality, and vice versa. Illegality does not equal immorality. And when people understand that, we can change the world, right? But I'm gonna get to the CDC article. Make sure you get the guys hit that like button if you come up in here. Help get the notifications out. Let people know I'm going live, because I got some good information. I mean, it's not really a surprise. Black Spring with Autumn was good. The information I have to give, not really a surprise, right? But this is just further proof and evidence that we can't trust anything they're telling us about this Tecate virus. And it's even more important now because we now have a president-elect who is going to ride this Tecate virus thing until the wheels fall off. In the form of lockdowns, mandated mask edicts. He wants to tear this country apart with lockdowns and whatnot. So that's the president we got coming in now, and it's not really something he wants. If he ends up becoming the president, it's by design, and it's the elitist, right? The elite cabal, the oligarchs that want to increase the tyranny in the name of national health, right? It's a national health emergency. So in the name of that, they're going to ramp up the tyranny, and they're going to get the permission from the people to do that, because people are so afraid to live life because of this Tecate virus that not these people. They're still living. They're out here getting it in, going up and down these stairs. You know what I'm saying? This makes me very proud, right? Because believe it or not, what you're seeing right now with all these people on the stairs, you're seeing many rebellions, right? Now, this particular part isn't shut down, right, because of the Tecate virus, but they still want you to fear it so much that they want you to voluntarily not show up to get your fitness on. That's why there's a sign up the street, right before you reach this park. There's a sign that says over 13,000 Californians are dead because of Tecate19. And then it says wear a mask. See, they'll put that up as you're driving to this place right here, so that you're reminded that Tecate is out to get you. All right. Now, there's a lot to talk about, because there's some things that Kamala Harris has said and Joe Biden has said that we should be prepared for. But first, I'm gonna go through this CDC thing. Is that Derek Williams up in the house? Man, I ain't seen Derek Williams in my live in a minute. It's good to have you, brother. All right. So I'm going to read this article about the CDC knowing that the tests were flawed. All right. So we need to share this information. I'll put the link to this article in the description when this live is rendered, so that you guys can share the article with everybody you know. All right. With everybody you know. I already shared enough of information about how the CDC has said that what did I say? Oh, 17%, the report that shows 71% of individuals who wear a mask, who are infected, wear a mask always. And 4% of the infected people never wear a mask. I shared that information from the CDC report, straight from the CDC. I also shared information in regards to the PCR test that shows that they don't have any isolates of the Tecate19 available, meaning they don't have proof that it exists. So how are you creating a test for something that you don't have the isolates for, especially a PCR test, right? That you have to do within 40 cycles. 40 cycles is only going to give you a minimal amount of evidence of RNA, right? If you go full cycle, if you go full on, the more cycles you perform of this PCR test, the less accurate it is. I also went over that in a presentation before. So I've been giving you information after information in regards to this Tecate thing and what the government is telling you. So, you know, this is just a little bit more information. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this. This is as the first major. Oh, we gotta wait for people to go by. As the first major, go ahead. As the first major Tecate19 outbreak was looming on the horizon in the U.S., scientists at the CDC in Atlanta were quickly developing a diagnostic test that could detect Tecate19 infection. But how? How? With no isolates. How can they do that without the isolate of the Tecate19? Anyway, let's move on. When the test debuted in labs across the country on February 6th, it was meant to provide a crucial step in the detection and containment of the novel Tecate virus and a standard epidemiological bid to prevent widespread outbreaks. If infections could be detected, they could be treated in isolation, and contact tracing would be feasible. All right, hold on. You see that? NPR reports that this effort was thwarted when the CDC released its test kits because the test had a high failure rate. Okay? The first Tecate19 diagnostic test had a chance of being wrong 33% of the time. I don't believe that. I think it might be higher, but what do I know? Despite this dismal evaluation, the Public Health Agency opted to release the test kits anyway. This is how they get down. Interesting how I've yet to see at any time Bill Gates donning a mask, and he probably never will. Just like his children don't have computers and laptops and iPads. He knows he's not gonna wear a mask. All right, hold on. All right, so whew. The explosive report stated that in addition to the early warning of a problem with the test, an internal review body from the CDC found problems with the respiratory viruses diagnostic lab, including process failures, a lack of appropriate recognized laboratory quality standards, and organizational problems related to the support and management of a laboratory supporting an outbreak response. The first reports of faulty tests came from officials with the New York City Public Health Laboratory as the city was shaping up to be a hotspot for the virus. Shaping up? Sounds like they knew New York was going to be a hotspot. Interesting, right? Sounds like they knew New York was going to be hard hit by the Tecate virus. Very, very interesting, right? Very interesting. And then they put tests out that have a 33% failure rate. I believe it's higher than that because of all the other factors involved, all the other variables, right? Including, as the FDA put out, that a positive test cannot rule out bacterial infection or any other viral infection, right? Nor does a positive Tecate19 test mean that the Tecate19 caused the disease. That's in the FDA report that I have posted. So this is straight from the FDA, YouTube, Straight from the CDC, YouTube. So these are the organizations you told us to base the information we're given on.
Yeah.
We already knew the tests were faulty. Exactly. We knew, but now we know. And we knew that the CDC in March sent out 200,000 contaminated Tecate19 tests. Outside of the faulty tests, they sent contaminated tests. Contaminated with what? With live Tecate cultures, because they were creating these tests in the same room that they had live Tecate19 samples. I don't know. Do you guys believe in accidents or coincidence or coincidence? I don't. I do not. CDC confirmed that the tests were laced with, saying, yeah, 200,000 tests. So what could, I mean, imagine we have over 200,000 people dead. Maybe it's because of those 200,000 tests. Who knows? Who knows if that contributed to the number of deaths? 1113 was good, son. All right. Organizational, the first reports of the faulty test came from officials with the New York Public Health Laboratory. Oh, hold on. I read that already. The first reports, oh, what the fuck? Okay. In the standard process of verifying the test accuracy, lab technicians were reporting inconclusive results. All right? Inconclusive results from reagents sent from the CDC. All right? Making it possible to tell if a sample was positive, making it impossible to tell if a sample was positive or negative for the virus. It was very truly an oh crap moment. Jennifer Rakeman, the director of New York City Public Health Laboratory, told reporters, these reagents aren't working. Everybody is waiting for us all over the city to have this test online. We think we have, we think we have more cases than we've been able to detect, and the test isn't working. Remember I was saying that? Remember I was saying that many more people, if this is real, right? If this Tecate thing is real, more people have it or have had it than you realize. The more you test people, the more infections you will find. And that's why the infection rate is so high. And it gets higher and higher. The more tests become available, the more people get tested, of course you're gonna find more infected people. This is how it works. California Dreaming, what's up? All right. Blue Bottle Bunny Farm says, I have a friend who tested positive and she feels fine, yet she's quarantining and her poor husband can't go home from trucking and sit in his own recliner. You know, that's how they want it to be, man. See, this, no, the whole Tecate thing, brilliant strategy, because what they have done with this Tecate thing, right? Let's say it exists, but what they've done is they co-opted the Tecate thing. They have co-opted it and they have ran with it, right? If it's real. If it's not real, they created the problem, right? Hegelian dialectic. This is what it's all about. This is what Hegel was talking about, man. This is what he was talking about. This is the ultimate form of control. And the Tecate virus is the perfect thing. It's the perfect tool to use to execute this perfectly. Because now, this woman tested positive. Her husband can't go home because of the Tecate virus, right? And so what's going to happen? No one wants that. So when they bring the solution, the crack scene, when they bring the crack scene solution, people are going to be like, I don't want to be separated from my family. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want to quarantine no more. I don't want to be locked down no more. So yeah, I'll take the test. I don't need to read any more of that article. A lot of information in the article, but y'all get the gist of it. I posted, you guys can read it yourself, right? Do I need to read more of the article? Hit a 1 if y'all want me to read more of the article. But if y'all get it, because y'all pretty smart. I got a pretty smart group of supporters. I think y'all get the gist of it, right? But I'm telling you, the Hegelian dialectic is truly at play. No one wants to be separated from their family, right? So they'll hop in line. They'll hop in line to take the test. And they'll, not to take tests, but to get the vaccine. And there you have it, right? And the vaccine they want to administer into you is not just the vaccine. It's going to have DNA manipulating components in it, right? Probably some nano machines, right? I'm just speculating here. I don't know exactly what they're going to use to manipulate the DNA, but it has to be something to do with coding, right? That's what Bill Gates has said, right? There'll be a code within the vaccine to manipulate the DNA to forever, right? Because they don't, so you take a vaccine, the antibodies it produces only last so long. So they want to put something in you that's going to create antibodies year round, right? So you don't have to keep getting the test. That's their goal. But as of right now, they're talking about 3 phases of the vaccine. That's what they're going to start with. All right. Bioluminescence. No to the vaccine, exactly. Yeah, Derek, what do you do in the medical field? I assumed it was phlebotomist too. But then I've heard you mention multiple times about sterilizing surgical tools. Is that what you do? Needless to say, you have quite a bit of knowledge in the medical field. Fauci did a Zoom call here in Philadelphia, and you will need booster shots throughout you'll need booster shots. But the ultimate goal is to create an all-in-one vaccine that will have DNA rewriting components that will create antibodies, regardless of what the sickness is. That sounds a lot like a plot of a story that some guy wrote, right? Some guy wrote a book, and that sounds a hell of a lot similar to what that individual wrote in the book about how, well, it's not really in the book yet, but it's been touched on. And I'm talking about my book. That's essentially how so much of the world. So my book is about a pandemic, right? That I wrote in 2015 and published in 2018. And essentially how everyone in the world got this disease is through a vaccine, an all-in-one vaccine, a cure-all vaccine that would eliminate any disease that entered your body. And essentially what it was a Trojan horse that they used to create the ultimate disease, right? And all they had to do, we use a frequency to switch it on. Oh, I'm slobbering and shit. So, sounds hell of a lot similar to what Bill Gates' dream of the ultimate vaccine is. Could you relate the story I gave you about the 2 doctors I heard? Oh yeah. I didn't know if you wanted me to. Yeah, I've talked about it before. So basically, as far as I can remember, one instance in one story, 2 doctors, or a doctor and a nurse, was talking about how and the ventilator was making him worse and all this other shit. And they were kind of like, I don't remember the story, Derek. Can you refresh my memory? And right now I'm just like drawing a blank a little bit. I know it has something to do with a doctor and a nurse talking about a patient with the Tecate virus who just wanted to go, wanted to leave this plane, but they couldn't because they kept them on a ventilator and they were suffering. And this is what happens. The ventilators cause problems, okay? Especially in the beginning, because they didn't know, they didn't use the proper settings for these, for the ventilators. So it was creating a lot of problems. It was killing a lot of people. It was blowing people's lungs out because they were setting the ventilators to, where you use this setting when your lungs aren't working. But that's not what happens with the Tecate. All right, what happens with the Tecate is, so they say, is it prevents the hemoglobin from uptaking the oxygen. So it prevents your hemoglobin from absorbing the oxygen, even though your lungs are still working. That's what it does. Oh yeah. 1113 says coma patients recall suffering through that. I bet they do. Apparently, they're forcing vaccines in New Zealand. If you don't take it, you won't receive your money. Yeah. New Zealand has gone full-blown tyrannical. You know why? Thanks to the Christchurch incident, they were able to strip the people of all their personal protection devices. And so now they can do whatever the hell they want without much resistance. They didn't have a Second Amendment in the first place, right? Their rights to keep and bear arms in New Zealand were already on the brink of extinction. Now they got full-blown extinction thanks to the Christchurch incident. Hegelian dialectic. Problem, reaction, solution. The problem was the Christchurch incident, which was shady as fuck. The solution, within days, these people initiated an assault weapons ban, right? And a mandatory buyback. And they turned their shit in. Now they got full-blown tyranny going on in New Zealand. Same thing in Australia, except Australia, they gave their shit up years ago. You understand? Without resistance. I'm talking about a mandatory buyback. It's nothing but a confiscation. That's a euphemism. I'm getting tired of euphemisms. I'm gonna start calling shit what it is. Unless the, algorithms, unless I know the algorithms are gonna fuck with me. Sometimes you gotta speak in code. But when you don't, say what it is. You understand? So New Zealand and Australia idiotically gave up their rights. It's their fault. It's their own fault. And when the Aboriginal gangs threatened to not turn their shit in, it was almost a full-on war with the imperialistic, colonialist Europeans in Australia and the indigenous Aborigines in New Zealand, or the Aboriginal gangs in New Zealand who said they wasn't giving their shit up. But now they succeeded to some degree because you have the prime minister, I forgot her name. Oh yeah, either you quarantine or you take the test. That's your choice. They can't do that here just yet. Well, if Biden ends up in office and the Democrats gain control of the Senate, we have a real battle on our hands. We have one more buffer after that, the Supreme Court, right? We have a 63, conservatives have a 63 majority in the Supreme Court. So we'll see what happens there. All right. Apparently they're forcing, oh yeah. Did you check, Jay Slick Twisted said, did you check out the video I posted on my YouTube yesterday? I showed how president elections were scripted using geometry. It's ritualistically planned out with numbers and words. No, I didn't, Jay Slick Twisted, but I will check it out today. Everybody, Jay Slick Twisted has started, good Lord, has started posting videos on YouTube. And, you know, everybody go check him out. Show Jay Slick Twisted some love. He wants to spread brush fires of freedom in the hearts of men. And you guys go check him out, show him some support. Go subscribe to him. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I subscribed yesterday when he told me he built a channel, and I will start watching his videos today. So there you go, guys. Check him out. Check out Derek Williams. If you moderators wouldn't mind posting, putting Jay Slick Twisted's link in the comment section, that'd be greatly appreciated. And also, if you're a content creator, go ahead. I don't care. Promote yourself. Promote yourself. Go ahead and do it. I'm with it. Black Spring with Autumn says we're running out of time. So yeah, go check him out. Check out Derek C. Williams. Check out Black Spring with Autumn. Who else has content in here? Anybody else has content? True TV 79 has a channel. This guy banged out 100 push-ups in one go. He on point. Form was great the whole time and everything. So I'm gonna get mine in. I can't do 100 straight yet. I haven't trained for that, but I have started training to do 100 push-ups straight and more. So when I'm ready, I'm gonna get it popping. Yeah, no problem, Jay Slick Twisted. That's what we should do. And you know, no matter how big we get, we should never think we're too good to reach down and lift somebody up. Lift down. Reach down and lift somebody up. And you're only bigger because you have more subs. Doesn't mean you're better. Doesn't mean that you work harder. It just means that you've been at it longer. We want to uplift everybody that has freedom in mind, right? That's freedom-minded, that wants freedom for everyone. Reach down and lift those people up, all right? So, granted, I hadn't experienced much of that. Very few content creators have reached down. But I'm not gonna act like them. I'm gonna do my thing. No matter how big I get. If you're spreading the message of freedom, right? True freedom for everybody, because you can't have freedom for one group and not the other. It's just impossible, right? Freedom for everyone. If you want freedom for everyone, I'll lift you up, no matter where you at. Hell, even if you ain't there yet, and you need a little nudge, I'll reach down, I'll nudge you and lift you up. Just scoot your ass on over to freedom, right? Because you can't have half-ass freedom. Either you're free or you're not. We're not free. Yeah, man, it's getting real crazy. I'm in England. That's where you're from. They're introducing a permit system whereby if you don't have it, you can't drive into certain areas of the country. See, that's restricting the freedom of travel. They're restricting the freedom of travel in the name of a virus that they don't even have they have never isolated. They have created the tyranny. Look how long it took. Look, a week after they declared it a nationwide, a worldwide pandemic, the tyranny happened the next day, and no one fought it. No one said, well, people fought it. People resisted, but not enough. Too many of the masses were like, oh my God, okay. Well, there's no evidence. There's no evidence that this thing is doing what they're saying is doing. They have no evidence that it even exists to this day. The CDC, the FDA report shows that. They don't have any isolates available. So how are they testing for it if they don't have isolates? You know what they did? They took, you know how they did it? They took samples from the lungs of people who have died, who had died allegedly of the Tecate19, and they used that. But they had nothing to check it against. So if they took the lung tissue, right, and took the whatever it was from the corrupted lung tissue, and they took the RNA strand from that, and then used that to base the test on, right? Not against the isolated Tecate virus, but against the first the initial bout of dead people. Who knows what that is? It could be the flu, right? Who knows what it is? So that's what they did. That's what they're basing the test on. That's what they're checking the test against. People who have died, whose tissues that they have taken samples from, right? And if whatever was in their lung tissue was in another person's tissue, or in, the saliva samples and all that, then they say, if it matches, they say, okay, we'll just call that Tecate because this first person died in a certain way that was similar to what the Chinese said the Tecate virus did. You understand what I'm saying? So they don't know. They don't know. They don't have any isolates. There's no proof that it even exists. No proof at all. All right. That's what's up, Darcy Williams. Salute to Black Spring with autumn, intelligence, and beauty done right and well versed. Yeah, no doubt. Just up to 3 channels. Yeah, did anybody else got a channel? That Blue Bottle Bunny Farm is ready to sub. Ready to sub. If you listen to Joe Biden's recent speeches, he's ready. He's ready to ramp up the tyranny. Believe you me. He is ready. Your new president-elect, oh yeah. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. It's going to be, y'all think that what happened, the response under Trump was bad, right? With all the lockdowns and the tyranny. This is going to be nationwide, all right? This is going to be nationwide. He already said if he's going to try to get, he wants to convince the governors, to every governor, to mandate mask wearing, mandate lockdowns, this, that, and the third. And if they don't do it, he's going to go down to the local level. And if that don't work, executive order, right? Oh, he's ready. He's itching. He's been itching to get this popping. So y'all just get your hats ready, right? Because it's going to be a hell of a ride. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. 18 people in the building. I'd like to see 18 thumbs ups. Thanks, Derek Williams, for posting my book. Y'all go check that out. The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease on Amazon right now. Has a little bit of everything. Drama, some comedy. It's sort of like a survival guide too, right? You'll glean some good information from that book, science fiction, a little bit of fantasy, has a lot. I'm thinking executive orders, but he did say about a month ago, excuse me, that it's unconstitutional to mandate masks. Well, you know, he ain't gonna care, because guess what? National health crisis. That's why. Thank you, guys. 18 thumbs up, thank you. In the name of national health crisis prevention, he'll skirt the Constitution. They all do it. They all do it, right? Necessity will always be the plea for tyrants to commit tyranny, right? Oh, you know, it's unconstitutional, but we have a national health crisis, and we need to, this is what needs to be done to curb the spread. Hold on, y'all. I gotta, shit. Gotta tie my shoe. Oh, shit. God damn it. God damn it. My shoe never comes untied up here. The hell? Bear with me, y'all. Necessity, crisis, national security, national health, all that shit. National security don't work too well, right? They tried to pull that with 9/11, with the Patriot Act. Then the whole Snowden thing happened and didn't work out too well for them. But if you threaten everyone with an invisible enemy that can enter through your nose and your eyes and your mouth, that you can't see, that you can't fight, it's a lot easier to control the people. They're coming for the boomsticks via euphemism. Oh yeah, oh yeah, they coming for it. That's what Biden said, right? They asked him, they told him, people think you're coming for their weapons. Bingo, bingo. If you have an AR-15 or an AK-47, he's coming for you, right? Buy a shotgun. Buy a shotgun. Biden also told you that an AR-15 isn't going to work against, you're not going to win against the United States military with an AR-15. Well, that's not how it works. That's not how it works when it's your own military, the military of your own country that is going to be tasked to slaughter their own citizens. It doesn't work like that. You understand? Speaking as a U.S. Army infantry veteran, I can tell you it ain't gonna work like that. We couldn't do it in Kosovo, right? We couldn't do it in Kosovo. They were throwing rocks, Molotov cocktails, all kind of shit. You understand? Rules of engagement were, you don't fire upon someone unless they're raising their muzzle at you. Well, in order to get the people to take up arms against their own country, right, against their own government, is you have to slaughter a bunch of people, right? You just have to slaughter. You got to slaughter a protest full of people. That'll wake people up. But it's not going to be easy. Most people aren't going to be able to do that. Maybe in China, maybe the Chinese military could do that to their own people, but not the U.S. military. We're not trained that way. Not enough of us anyway. No. So, Joe Biden, you can suck it on that one. You know what I found out about Joe Biden? Joe Biden played football, right, in college and high school when he was chosen to be drafted for Vietnam. But he was able to get out of it, I think because of asthma or something. So you got asthma, but you can play football all through school, but you can't join the military. Interesting. So he's a draft dodger too. You understand what I'm talking about? Joe Biden is a draft dodger. The little prick. Oh, Beto O'Rourke is this guy, yeah. Hell yeah, we're gonna take your AR-15s. Hell yeah, we're gonna take your AK-47s. You're never gonna have it again. Fucking little prick. I tell you, man, they're all pricks. Just thinking about these idiots. You know, Dan Crenshaw, where you at? Where's Dan Crenshaw? Oh, that's right. He's busy working on TAPS acts and red flag laws. They're all the same, yo. Trump with the bump stock ban. Oh, what does the support say? Oh, the bump stock is not a firearm. Doesn't matter. It can be a part of a firearm. Just because it's not a full firearm in and of itself doesn't mean that it's not part of a firearm. If that was the case, you can ban a muzzle, you can ban a trigger, you can ban trigger guards, you can ban a barrel. In and of themselves, they're not arms. So if we let these people get away with the semantic bullshit, then everything will be gone. Skinny Jean Crooks. I like that, Black Spring. Generally for me, I resigned to the fact that I won't be going to too many places. No mask, and I'm not hotel, pool, sporting event. It is what it is, man. See, that's why I'm moving to the countryside, because I won't have to worry about that. You know? Yeah. Will my social life be the shit? Yeah. But I don't have too much of a social life anyway. You know what my social life is? My 5 kids and my wife. That's my social life. That's my social life. And in the future, I say by the end of next year, my social life will consist of me looking for some land upon which to build my little community. And it's going to be a community of like-minded people. Not necessarily family, not necessarily friends, but vetted individuals that want to work on one accord to try to obtain freedom. And then I'm working on the opt-out party. So I got a lot of shit. I'm busy, y'all. I'm gonna be busy next year. In this next year, I'm gonna be real busy working on the opt-out party. Derek Williams, I don't know if you know about it. I'm starting a political party. It's called the opt-out party. Yeah, and you know, that's research. I need to find out how I can start my opt-out party, right? Because I'm real serious about that. I'm serious about it. It's going to be a registered political party. You are so right. Most of your own blood. Oh man, that's what this election. You know, I've been knowing this, but this election just cemented my knowledge in the fact that my family ain't with it. Outside of my wife and kids, most of them ain't with it. A couple, right? A couple. But what I've been doing, I've been on Facebook, blasting all these statists, right? I'm blasting them because I ain't pulling no punches anymore. You know, before the election, I was rarely on Facebook, but I had to give it to these people, man, because I had to spit the truth, because they're so happy Joe Biden won. Joe Biden, 94 crime bill Biden, hair sniffing Biden, right? He loves little cockroaches sitting on his lap Biden. Poor kids are just as smart and talented as white kid Biden. They still love this clown just because they hate Trump so much. Orange man bad, that's all they care about. Under Trump, there has been so many good policies, right? pulling the troops out of Iraq, peace treaties with multiple countries in the Middle East, getting North Korea to stop their nuclear test. Do you know how fucking, yo, that's not small potatoes, man. But you know what they did? They got mad at him because he crossed the DMZ. Oh, he's such an idiot. Look at him crossing the DMZ. Well, you fucking cowards. Anybody who thinks that was stupid is a coward. No, to me, that showed true manhood. The only thing they can get on him on is grab him by the pussy and, oh, Melania Trump won't hold his hand. Oh my God, that means he's horrible. No, sometimes maybe she's not a hand holder. Maybe she's pissed at him. Maybe he cheated. Maybe he did this, maybe he did that. I don't know. Maybe he didn't say he was getting ready to get it popping and she couldn't pull it out fast enough and she ended up swallowing it. I don't know. But that's the reason. Okay, oh look, your woman's mad at you. You can't be a good president if your woman's mad at you. That's all they care about, you know? And look, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm just saying, if I had to subscribe to the left-right paradigm, I would go for Trump because I actually care about policies. Not about fucking orange man bad. That's retarded. Maybe she was riding. I don't know what she was doing. It's none of our business. That's his wife, right? Just like when Clinton was getting it cracking with Monica Lewinsky, they was mad at him. But, you know, he put the country in a surplus economically. He had some okay policies. I didn't like that he signed the 94 crime bill, which sparked the removal of black fathers from the home. But those are the things I look at. I don't look at, oh, well, he skeeted on her skirt. Oh my God, what a horrible guy. Dude, he's a man, all right? I wouldn't do it, you know? I'm not gonna cheat. But that's me, right? It's about policy. It's about what you're doing while you in there. What did fucking Biden do? Not a goddamn thing. Biden didn't do shit. He ain't gonna do shit. He didn't do shit as vice president. He ain't gonna do shit now. But lock you up in your own home. Make you president in your own home. That's what Biden's gonna do. Make you wear a mask everywhere you go. Make you live like a fucking mole rat. All right, that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to hide on the ground like a goddamn mole rat. He wants you to hide on the ground like he's been doing the entire election, right? In his fucking basement. That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to live in your basement. Fuck Biden, all right? Fuck Biden. Fuck Kamala Harris. Fuck Trump, right? But at least under Trump, they let some good things happen, right? Under Trump, they allowed some sex trafficking rings to be broken up, right? I can appreciate that, you know? Missing children found by the dozens, right? Under the Trump administration. Peace in the Middle East under the Trump administration. North Korea, not bombing, no nuclear tests from North Korea after he went over there. That's good shit. Biden ain't gonna do that. Biden gonna get us right back in the war. Believe that to retrieve that. And he's gonna end the tariffs on China. And all our jobs are gonna go away, go bye-bye again. All those jobs that Barack Obama and Joe Biden tried to claim all the jobs that were gotten during the Trump administration. No. You know what did that? The trade agreements that Trump did, that he said he was going to do. He said he was going to have good trade agreements and not get screwed by China anymore. He hit them with those tariffs, right? He made U.S. corporations come back and produce right here in the United States, which created more jobs. Biden, Obama didn't do that. Doesn't matter though. Why? Because orange man bad. He said shithole country. Oh my God. He said shithole country. Oh. Let's not get into Puerto Rico, right? He spoke out against the treatment of Puerto Rico when they had that hurricane. They tried to make it seem like the other way around, that he was doing shit. No, It wasn't Trump, right? It was the Red Cross and the people over in Puerto Rico who were supposed to distribute supplies to the people, and they didn't do it. So if I believed in left-right paradigm lie, I would have to look at those things. But at the same time, you're the president. If you know they're screwing Puerto Rico over, then take some executive action. Get those people fired and arrested. That's what you do. Have those people arrested, fired. Do something more. Just tell people, you know, that they weren't giving the supplies out when they reached Puerto Rico. The bump stock ban, all these bad things that Trump did, I still have to look at that too. But Barack Obama dropped more bombs than any other president ever. You understand? Bomb dropping Obama. Look what I found in my pocket. Fiat currency, see that? You can wave bye-bye to this. This is going bye-bye. Woo-wee. So use as much of this as you can to buy gold backs, silver, gold, storable food. What work did Jesse do? Oh yeah, none of these cats in blacks in hip hop, Trump was loved until he became, exactly, man. Nancy will put yourself in January 20. Oh, she's an idiot. And you know she wants to run for House Speaker again? The games. Oh my God. If they let that woman be House Speaker for another 2 years, that shows you how much bullshit this thing is. Because why I keep saying we? Republicans have gained more seats in the House, so it should be quite difficult for Nancy. All right, I'm back, y'all. My kid FaceTimed me, so I had to blow them some kisses real quick and tell them I loved them. They were all asleep when I left, like they are every morning. Computer whiz. Oh, what work did Jesse Jackson do? Not a goddamn thing. None of these people do anything but dig us in deeper holes of oppression. You understand? Malcolm was killed, right? MLK was killed. JFK was killed. They actually did things to put themselves out there to be targets. But you know what? They didn't have the protection of the people. The people didn't have their back. And so every time we have people that stand up for us, people don't have their back. And so they're easily taken out and nothing happens. I'm not saying the people should jump in front of a bullet, right, for people that speak out. What I'm saying is, when these people are murdered or assassinated, right, the people need to stand up and retaliate. If you know that cat's real, and you know he's spreading birth fires of freedom, and he's putting his neck on the line for it, when they take him out, y'all gotta stand up. That's as simple as that. Who knows? Malcolm might have been still alive if, when MLK was killed, people tore shit up. If people would have tore shit up when Martin Luther King was killed, and I don't mean looting and rioting. What I mean is tear the system down, right? Strategically. If that would have happened, Malcolm might still be alive, right? Right? But first it was JFK, right? Who died first, JFK? I think it was JFK, MLK, and then Malcolm. Hell, he did computer whiz. But at the end of it, and the reason he was killed is because he realized that he lulled his people to sleep. And what did he say? He said he integrated his people into a burning house. That's why he was killed. You understand? He knew. Martin Luther King knew. That's why he said that. He knew he fucked up. And he knew once his eyes were really open that it wasn't that long before they was coming for his head. But he knew prior, maybe. He probably knew a little something. He had too much hope in these people. He had too much hope in integration. He thought it was going to solve problems, despite what he saw. Despite getting his ass beat every time, despite the hoses and all that, he continued to believe it could work. So yeah, he knew, but he still wanted to change it. I ain't gonna completely say Martin was a problem. No, because they murdered him. You don't murder people that ain't assassinate people that isn't a problem to your agenda. So I'm gonna give him his credit where credit is due. Nothing. Well, yeah, technically he did, right? The Montgomery bus boycott, that was his doing. He did something. It didn't help much, right? It didn't help much, but he did something. He got black people to the front of the bus along with Rosa Parks. I ain't gonna say he did nothing. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I can't do a computer whiz. I ain't gonna be able to do it, pimpin'. He would not be dead. He would be like Jesse Jackson right now if he was not a threat to the system. Point blank in the period. No, your opinion is your opinion, my opinion is my opinion. I think that he was a true threat. Nah, you can't say it for me, computer whiz. You already know that. You know I don't roll like that. Can't nobody speak for me, pimpin'. No, sir. No, sir. You got a wife and now I'm not her. Nope. Can't speak for me, pimpin'. So y'all know I'm a rebel. Yeah, I am anti-compliant. I do not, no. But I hear you. He did. Yes, he created some problems. Yes, he did. But he also did some good. Even though he thought he was doing good, it didn't do too good. Malcolm did good too. JFK couldn't do no good because by the time he was getting ready to make something pop, they popped him. So y'all see what I'm getting at. Farrah, you asked about Farrah. Well, you know, Farrah can talk all the shit to the government he want. Right? Farrah can talk all that shit, threaten the government, threaten the police. Nothing's gonna happen to him because he's in bed with them. It's as simple as that. Farrakhan is an agent, just like Molly Karenga, right? Oh, computer whiz, come on, man. Now next thing you're gonna tell me is Huey P. Newton didn't do shit. Bunchy Carter didn't do shit. You gonna tell me all that too? Come on, man. You gonna tell me Medgar Evers didn't do shit? You gonna tell me those people didn't do shit? It's all good, man. What did they do? You're hilarious, bro. What did they do? Let's see. The Black Panthers started the WIC program, right? They protected black communities from police brutality and drug dealers. That's what they did. They marched with firearms, okay? They didn't give a shit. They patrolled their communities. That's what they did. They inspired people. Just because they were stamped out by the government don't mean they didn't do shit. Just because it was COINTELPRO came in and disrupted everything don't mean they didn't do shit. That just means they didn't do shit strategically enough, all right? It's about strategy. But that same shit going on, but no. What happened was the paradigm of oppression. It shifted. It shifted to be hidden more so than it was during their time, right? They can't hit us with hoses no more and all the other shit. They can't hang us from street poles and all that shit openly anymore. So now what they're doing is more psychological. Computer whiz, what you talking about, man? What you gonna tell me Marcus Garvey didn't do shit too? Marcus Garvey, all these people. They do shoot us down, of course. But like I said, they do, of course. Daily, but they, and openly and in front of cameras and all that shit. Okay. What does that have to do with what they did? It is different. Overall, it's different. Look, I'm not saying that we're in a better off spot. No, we're actually, I do agree that we're in a worse off spot. That doesn't mean that they didn't do shit. That's not, you can't put that on them. You can't put that on them. You know who it is? It's the people that wouldn't stand with them. It's not their fault that shit got worse. You can't blame the position we're in right now on Medgar Evers. You can't do that. It's the other people. It's the people that continue to lay down. Yeah, oh yeah, the people, man. Right. If let's say I'm out there, I put myself out there, I start ramping up my my anti-government rhetoric, and I'm touring and speaking out, trying to get people to wake the fuck up. And I start getting the people to wake up. Oh, it's a great example. And I start getting people to wake up, and change is starting to occur, and the government notices. You telling me that if they kill me and we're worse off after that, it's my fault and I didn't do shit? No, I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling. That's all they did? Okay. How many times have you patrolled the neighborhood with firearms to protect them from the police and gang dealers? How many drug dealers have you taken out? How many crooked cops have you taken out? No, it's not a fact. That's your opinion. It's your opinion that they didn't do shit because they did. They did do things. They made moves. They made changes. That's a fact. You can't. You sound like the statists that rely on the government for everything. Be the change you want to see, right? Be the change you want to see in this world. Instead of shitting on people that tried to make change and failed because the people failed them. The people failed them. The people failed them. Their organizations failed them. Their groups failed them. They didn't fail. So until you be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. Instead of shitting on people that have actually put their shit out there, be the change you want to see. That's all I can say. I respect your opinion. Far from fact that, no, it's not. What I'm telling you is that you can't say that they did nothing when they did do something just because after they died, the momentum stopped and they were able to clamp down the restraints again. No, you can't do that, in my opinion. We can't even sustain the Starbucks protest. It rained here in protest. Yeah, if people ain't gonna show up for you, it's not you. If you can't have people backs, you can say it, but it ain't right. It's incorrect, I'll say. I'll be the last person to tell somebody what they can and can't say. But I can tell you, you're wrong. You're incorrect. Yeah, be the change you want to see. If you don't feel like they made any changes, you make a change and show us how it's done. Show us how it's done. That's all I can say. It's easy to talk about it. What question? Without question, those are regarded as giants in our community. Yep. And you got about 4 or 5 booty cheeks. Yep. It is what it is, man. If we haven't had a black hero yet, then step up and be the first black hero. Show us how it's done. Show us how it's done. And then, when you create freedom, when you give people true freedom, the ultimate freedom, without fail, then I'll bow down to you. How about that? I'll bow to you if you create the presence of freedom and you get us free. Get us free, and I'll bow to you, computer whiz. Until then, it's just talk. Word, it's just talk. Like me, I'm just talking. I'm just talking. But what I'm also doing is I'm inspiring other people to get over to the side of freedom, right? I'm encouraging people to be more freedom-minded. I'm giving people information. But I ain't made no changes yet. I can't speak out against any of those brothers unless they are known agents. If they're known agents, then I'll say, then I'm with you. They're known agents to the community, and they're pieces of shit. Until then, because I know I've never been an agent. So I can shit on someone who's an agent because I'm not one. I can't shit on a man for trying to make changes and trying to get his people free, but it's ultimately failed by his people and murdered or assassinated. I can't do that because I ain't did a third of what them people did. Even Martin Luther King, yep. Even though he was a pacifist, which I wouldn't have been, still made shit happen. Whether you think it was for the better or not. Yeah, we can't even sustain it. Exactly. Right? We can't even come together to rotate our money in our own neighborhood. Computer whiz. I hear what you're saying. You still ain't did shit. Until you do something, I can't respect what you said at all. Can't respect it. About what you said about them guys. Can't do it. Because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I can't respect it. It is what it is. It is what it is, pimpin'. What leaders need are people to stand by them and stand up for them and protect them when they're being attacked. If you ain't gonna do that, if you're not gonna do that, you can't shit on these people. It doesn't matter how you respect it. Okay, good for you. Good for you. Again, you have your purpose. If your purpose wasn't their purpose, if they had a different purpose than you, or if I have a different purpose than you, if I have a different way of going about doing things, doesn't mean that your way is better. That just means you're going about it a different way. I can respect that. I can respect you doing shit a different way. If you want to do shit different, okay. I can roll with that. I do shit different than most people, myself. I don't go with the crowd. I'm the outlier. I'm the black sheep. I don't do shit the way most people do it. I don't know your way. I don't even pretend to know your way. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. But I know that I don't see you doing what they doing. We're talking about what they did, the way they did it. Just because it's not the way you would do it doesn't mean it's the wrong way. It just means that you did a different way. Hey, broken people, it's all good. You know, it's all good. Computer whiz. You do you, I do me. Simple as that. I cut a motherfucker off hot quick. I keep my circle small. You ain't rolling, it's all good. Hey, broken people, good luck. And when we do have charismatic, intelligent people, we typically do not support them. Exactly. It winds up being just another dead Negro who didn't have nobody's support. And then you got people like Computer Whiz saying they didn't do shit, pointing the finger at the wrong person. Oh, that motherfucker that got killed by the government, he didn't do shit. But won't blame the government, right? It's not the government's fault that they couldn't make any more changes. It's their fault because they got killed. Oh man, I love it. I love the logic. It's your fault you got murdered by the police. It's your fault you got assassinated by a sniper's bullet when you were starting to make changes. It's your fault. Okay. Okay, Computer Whiz. You win. We all have to realize that if we don't stand together, we'll hang separately. Yep. Big facts. Big facts.
Big facts.
Yes, we will. We'll all hang separately if we don't stand together. I'm all about standing together, but I ain't about to kiss nobody's ass. I ain't about to kowtow and lick the boot of nobody. I don't give a fuck who you are. So if you got a problem with the shit I say, keep it pushing. Kick rocks. It is what it is. I fear no man. I fear no ridicule. I fear no scrutiny. Period. You know what I'm saying? And if we can cross paths again and get it back popping, that's cool too. But, you know, I don't agree. If you got a problem with me not agreeing with you, that's however you take that, that's on you, not on me. Any pushback, any against the tyrannical government like ours should be fought back against in whatever way works. Exactly. I fought the government too. I fight the government in my own little ways too. You know what I'm saying? But I know my way to do things isn't the only way. It isn't the only way to get progress. There are many different ways. There's many different perspectives. There's many different routes and avenues. If you're the type of cat that think it should be one way, that makes you a dictator. I don't fucks with dictators. That means you a boss. I don't fucks with boss. I don't fuck with bosses who think it should be done their way, the hard way. I don't fuck with bosses. I fuck with warriors and leaders. I don't fuck with bosses, dictators, tyrants. That's what you sound like right now. Yeah, because you okay. I don't care anyone agrees it ain't going to change anything. Ain't nobody trying to change what you do. I don't know what you do. I'm telling you, and this is the thing. I'm telling you, read my lips. Just because shit didn't happen the way you thought it should happen doesn't mean that they didn't do shit. It just means they didn't do shit the way you would have done it. As simple as that. I'm not telling you to do shit my way, and I don't know what your way is. It's all good. Yeah. It's simple as that. Like, too many people are submissive to the real adversary. Yeah, that's real facts. Yeah, I run my house. I run my house. Yeah, of course. If you come up in my house, then you're going to take your shoes off. You're going to greet my wife. because it's the nice thing to do. I'm gonna say hi to my children, right? But that's my private house. My private house. You understand? If I go out in the world and I'm trying to recruit freedom lovers, I'm not going to try to dictate what they do throughout their entire life. Because that makes you just as bad as the motherfuckers that you're trying to get them away from. That's not your house. When you step up out of here and you go to a formation and you train these people, yeah, they come with the understanding that you know a little bit better than them about what you're training them in. And they're going to follow you because you have the knowledge to teach them something. But that doesn't mean that when they get trained or when that, like, I'm not going to treat them like I was treated in the military, right? Because guess what? Everybody's not going to be a soldier. Some people are better speakers than they are fighters. Some people are better at being in the public eye than others. Some people are better at building things than fighting. Some people are better at academia than fighting. Everybody's going to do something a different way. Martin Luther King wasn't no fucking fighter. He was an academic. Malcolm X was a fighter. He was raised differently. You were raised differently than me, probably. I'm raised different than y'all. I have a different skill set than some people. You understand? I have a lot of ways to do things. I'm good at a lot of shit. I'm a good fighter. I'm a good writer. I'm pretty good at math, right? I can cook. You know what I mean? I'm good at a lot of different things. Not everybody's like that. You know what I'm saying? I pick up things just like that. I'm a fast learner just like that. You show me something one time, I can do it. That's how I learned to do. I've been doing Muay Thai going on 4 years. And I'm pretty damn good. I learned when I was getting trained at Muay Thai, my instructors swore up and down that I had been in Muay Thai before. Nope. I'm a visual learner, right? I'm a reading learner. I'm a hearing learner. Like, some people are better at hearing and learning. Some people are better at reading and learning. Some people are better at visually learning. I'm good at all three. So when I watch someone doing something and they tell me as they're doing it how it's supposed to go, that shit clicks in my mind. And boom, I get it right away. That's how I work. But not everyone's like that. And I can't expect everybody to be like that. So for me to try to project my shit onto somebody else, that's half retarded, right? It's half retarded. So, but coming up in my house is different than me going out to the people, right? If I'm chosen as a leader, or anybody chosen as a leader, because leaders are chosen, then that leader is responsible for showing a good example. That's why they're the leader in the first place. If I start becoming a dictator and a boss, then I don't deserve that leadership position. If you come up on me, let's say if I join your group, you're the leader, and you run up on me and try to tell me how I should do some shit that's outside of what you're teaching me, we're gonna have a problem. Straight up and down. We have a problem right then and there. That's how I roll. I'm a rebel and I'm a contrarian. So, not really contrarian, but if I don't believe or agree with something, I'm gonna speak up about it. Because I know what I can do and I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know I can handle myself. So I have no fear of speaking up and speaking out to anybody. I don't give a shit. That's how I roll. And if you're rocking with me, then that's how you know you gotta rock too. don't gotta rock like me. There's no I rock like that. And if you ain't with it, you ain't with it. If you with it, you with it. But I'm not the one to go up to somebody and tell them how they're supposed to do shit, unless they're expressly there for that. Holy shit, it's windy. Trucking through the wind. Bring that wind, baby. Bring that wind. Yeah. Yeah. Derek, I talked to many folks. Excuse me. Okay. Former slaves, Derek Williams says, former slaves started HBCUs. We were much more unified back then. Now we have all these creature comforts far and away more than them. That's all you need to know about us and them. Real shit. You know what our problem is? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Right? Too many people want to be the boss. Too many people want to dictate every detail on how shit gets done. They don't want to hear different perspectives and different ideas. Right? And I'm guilty of that to a degree. Because if you ain't talking about freedom, if you're not 100% for freedom, in my mind, then you ain't for freedom at all. But some people believe in government. Some people believe in having rulers. You know? I think they don't like freedom. And that's something I'm stubborn on. I'm stubborn about that. Because that's not freedom. When you want your ruler to rule over me too, that's how much you're free to have a ruler, right? If you want that ruler, you're free to have him. If you want that boss, you're free to have it. If you want that dictator in your life, dictating your every move and dictating your life, you can have that too. But when you try to push it on me, that's when I have a problem with you. And that's what most people, 90% of this country, wants everybody to follow the same rules as they do. I ain't rolling with that. I'm not rolling. I believe in people doing whatever they want to do with their own lives, as long as they're not hurting anybody, as long as they're not threatening to hurt anybody, as long as they're not stealing from somebody, as long as they're not destroying someone's property, violating them. You can do what the hell you want to do. I might not like it. I might look at you like, damn, why you doing that? But at the end of the day, that's you. And that's how I roll. That's how I roll. Y'all ain't got to roll like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I roll. I don't impose my view anymore on anyone. However, some Am I back? I know I was buffering for a little bit. It seems from my observation that there's the evolution of technology and ignorance. Everything else is as it stands. Okay, cool. Computer whiz, look. You have your opinion. I have mine. But, you know, I'm gonna stay with my shit until somebody convinces me otherwise. No disrespect to you. And that goes to anybody. No disrespect to anybody that I disagree with. It is what it is. The key is how you continue from there. Does it really matter how Malcolm X and Martin Luther King got down, if they made changes or not? I was using them as examples of how when we have people step up to try to make change, whether they made the change or not, whether they made changes or not, if we recognize that they're trying to make the change, we got to stand up and have their back. We got to stand with them if we agree with them. We can't be like, oh man, that Derek C. Williams, man, he's out there getting it in. He's really taking it to the slave master. He's really kicking their ass. But, I'm gonna stay on this couch and sip my tea. No, go out there with them. If you really want to make that change, go out there with them. You know what I'm saying? Be inspired. Go out there and help them. You know what I'm saying? Or don't. I'm just saying. Go out there. You have to back the people up that you recognize are putting their necks out there. That's how we make change, man. Everybody coming together. And not even everybody, right? I'll use computer whiz. Period. You understand? And this is how another way to solve problems, if we were in each other's presence, if we were having this disagreement, we can put on the gloves and spar, we can arm wrestle, we can play spades or dominoes, we can go to the range and shoot it out. If I shoot better than you, you're wrong. Whatever we gotta do. It just makes us better warriors. It's all right. We know alpha males when we see it. Computer whiz, it's all good. You know what I mean? And two, guess what? Multiple alpha males can exist in the. They can. You know what I mean? The world is mad. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I had disagreements with Derek C. Williams. You know what I mean? Still do. It's all good. We agree on one key principle: true freedom. And he has been steadfast in his love of freedom. Computer Whiz has been steadfast in his love for freedom. J Slick Twisted. Everybody in my comment section right now has been steadfast in their love of freedom. And we can have all the disagreements we want. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where I am saying, Malcolm X, MLK X Vera preachers. No, they didn't. You're right. You know what? You're right because as far as the NOI is concerned, they won't fuck with you unless you NOI, and that's not how shit should work. You understand what I'm saying? You're right about that. MLK, he was with that Christian thing. I think I see what you're saying, right? When you make it about religion and you make it about this belief or that belief, yeah, you can't have unity like that. Because if you make it based on, if you want support from the NOI, you got to be NOI. I don't want to be a Muslim. I don't want to be a fake Muslim. That NOI ain't even real Muslims, yo. They make that shit up. I don't want to be that. So I can't get your support and fight for freedom. We can't fight for freedom together because I'm not NOI. Okay, well, that's not the freedom I want, and that's what I'm saying. You understand? MLK, he had the Christian thing going on. And he was nonviolent, right? He wouldn't commit violence. So that created division in and of itself as well. I see what you're saying, computer whiz. Yes, MLK is non-aggression principle. Even when you're being attacked, yes, a lot of people wasn't with that. Like, I'm not about to roll out there with you, and you don't want us to fight back. I get what you're saying. Yes, I get in that regard. Yes, there was no unity created. Yeah, you're right. I'll concede that. You're right. I didn't look at it like that. All I did was they did stand for something, and they tried to make some changes. They went about it the wrong way, but they did something. That's all I was saying. And they all never locked arms. I don't know if y'all aware of this, but Malcolm X and Martin Luther King had a meeting. Okay, hold on. They met shortly before MLK died. MLK and Malcolm X had a meeting together. Or was it? Wait, who died first? MLK or Malcolm X? I keep forgetting. Right before one of the first died, they had a meeting, and Malcolm X tried to explain how being nonviolent and the non-aggression principle, no matter what, would create a problem for the black community. And they had a discussion. I have a boy, my boy Lorenzo. He put on a play about that meeting. It's called The Meeting, actually. A dope ass play. All right. Talking about he played Martin Luther King, and another guy played Malcolm X, and they had a discussion about how how they were going about things differently. Okay. So Malcolm died first. Okay, got it. Malcolm died first. And you know what? I think when Malcolm died, MLK started to see shit, and that's when he started saying shit like, "I integrated my people into a burning house, and they killed them." Okay, I'm seeing different dates here. But anyway, ooh, I'm getting all that mucus out. I love it. I love coming out here. Look at this fresh air, man. It feels great out here, man. Don't tell them that. Don't make them keep your ass in the house. If you got something like this going on outside, take your ass outside, get some fresh air, get your lungs working, and expel all that mucus out, like I was just doing. Ugh, nasty. You understand what I'm saying? I've been eating too much sugar, y'all. I've been eating a little too much sugar. It's not creating a problem for me, but it is, because sugar causes inflammation and all that other shit. But because I exercise a lot, I reduce my inflammation exponentially. But what I'm saying is, I create more mucus than I normally would. Like when I was keto, I didn't have mucus like that. I didn't have mucus like that. Yeah, Malcolm X died first. I didn't have mucus like that when I was on keto. But because I had the the heartburn and shit, I can't do keto anymore. I can't do keto anymore until I resolve. It's a lot better. My GERD problem is a lot better. Right now, though, I'm down to like 189. I lost more weight, but that's okay, because I feel good at this weight. I love it. I feel good at this weight. I lost more weight, but it feels good. But muscle composition is higher. Anyway, so this thing is this. Now we can learn from Malcolm X. We can learn from MLK. We don't have to restrict people. When we recruit people to freedom, we shouldn't care about religion, beliefs outside of, belief in freedom. If you believe in true freedom and you exude that, and you exemplify it, and you demonstrate that in your daily life, then you can roll with the freedom lovers. You can roll with the freedom lovers. If you want to practice Islam, if you want to practice Christianity, I don't give a hot shit. If you want to pray to the Orishas, or if you're a Ifa, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you're Ifa and you believe in the Orishas, which is closer to what I believe, that's why it kind of pisses me off when people talk about what these Black Lives Matter folks, these black talking about their Ifa. They're not Ifa. Those motherfuckers, they perverted the Ifa. They perverted it. Just like, yeah, freedom rollers, exactly. Boom, just like that. If you roll with freedom, you roll with me. And we have disagreements, and that's okay. That's okay. We can come back from that. And I would have acted hard if Computer Wiz walked off the live, but then I'd have been like, I'd have hit him up on the text, like, man, what's up, man? Come on, let's work this out. It's all good. That's how I roll, man. Cause it's petty. Bigger problems have started over pettier shit than that, right? It's petty. essentially. But it's good that we had that discussion, because guess what? I was able to recognize where he was coming from, and I was able to express it to y'all. Now y'all see. When you try to restrict, when you try to recruit people toward and push them toward freedom, because essentially that's what Malcolm X and Martin Luther King wanted, right? They wanted true freedom for the black community, but they placed restrictions. They placed too many restrictions on it, right? Oh, you ain't NOI. They had to. You want to be violent? You can't fight back. That's bullshit. No, you whatever means necessary. However you achieve that freedom, that's how you achieve that freedom. If you have to Assad Shakur motherfucker, then you got to Assad Shakur motherfucker, right? You have to Assad Shakur motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If they roll up on you, and you have to Assad Shakur motherfucker, you got to Assad Shakur motherfucker, and they get broken out. See, that's what I'm saying. Assad Shakur, she had real supporters, right? She did what she did. She got locked up. Well, she did what they. Who knows what happened for real? All we have is what they had to say. But she did what they said. They said she did something, right? She got locked up. Her people broke her out of prison. That's what I'm talking about. They didn't let her rot, right? They didn't let her get murdered. They didn't let her get assassinated. She took her ass to Cuba. And people out there supported her. And when Obama wanted to take his ass out there and bring Assad Shakur back here, they said hell to the no. And we still got the Cuban cigars now. We still got the Cuban cigars. We can go get Cuban cigars legally. And they still didn't give up Assad. So that's what I'm talking about. When people put their neck out for the people, you got to break their ass out of prison. Point blank and period. And that's how you make change. That didn't happen enough. It should have happened more. They should have broke Huey P. Newton out. They should have broke every time Martin Luther King went to prison or went to jail. They should have broke his ass out. Every time somebody steps up and put their neck out and they get taken in or they get kidnapped. Yo. I'm not saying, I'm just saying in a video game. Okay? In a video game. Okay, YouTube, in a video game. I'm not inciting any breaking people out of prison. I'm saying in a video game, if your video game partner gets locked up fighting for freedom, you're supposed to free your video game partner from prison in a video game. Yeah, exactly. Ina Porter Brasher. Yeah, every shooting, everything. And you know what? Some people gonna have to be the sacrifice, man. Imagine if just one time, if one time someone had a pig has their knee on the neck of an unarmed individual on the ground. Imagine just one time if people stepped in and said hell no and beat that pig off that individual. Imagine if that happened. Imagine if that happened 2 or 3, 4 times. Every time a pig accosted somebody, tried to kill somebody, tried to chokehold somebody to death, when that individual is posing no threat. Imagine if we, instead of just taking out our cameras and filming it, we went over there, hold this camera, we about to show the world how we deal with this shit. And you run over there and you get that cop off, or those, not cop, a pig. Get the pig off, or those pigs. You know what? I think we might start to see some shit happening. Because at the end of the day, these pigs should answer to us, right? These pigs, they should answer to us at the end of the day. We pay their taxes, right? Do we not? We pay their taxes. We're their bosses. They should be answering to us, not the politicians. So when we're on the street and we see them pulling some bullshit, we need to make sure they recognize they work for us, and we need to start making them answer to us. You understand what I'm saying? In a video game. In a video game. In a video game. Imagine if we lived in the moto. No man left behind. Yeah. So that's never happened yet, though. They'll yell and scream, "Oh, don't do that to him. Don't do that. Stop, please." No. You go over there in a video game and you save that individual's life. You might be saving a life. And somebody who's trying to save that life, somebody who's trying to interfere and stop a pig from killing somebody, they might end up getting killed themselves. The tree of freedom, right? They say the tree of liberty, but I say freedom is better than liberty to me, right? Liberty is given. Freedom is not given. Freedom is automatic. The tree of freedom should be watered from time to time, right? By tyrants and freedom lovers. I'm not going to say patriots. No, I'm not going to say a patriot. What's a patriot? No. The tree of freedom should be watered from time to time by the blood of tyrants and freedom fighters. I'm gonna flip that around. I'm changing that. I'm changing that idiom. I'm taking it and I'm making it say what it should say. I know people love the tree of liberty shit. No, I don't like that. No, tree of freedom. That's what I'm with. Ooh, it's cold, man. Jesus. All right. I ain't fucking with y'all no more. It's too damn cold out here, man. It's fucking. I don't have as many fat reserves as I used to. 2 years ago, I had more fat reserves. Or a year and a half ago, I had more fat reserves. I ain't got no fat reserves no more. So I got to get out this cold. Patriot is a man who worships other men. Yeah, no, I get it. Yo, patriarchal. I didn't even think about that. Patriarchal. Is on his shit. That's real shit. Anyway, I like that Inner Porter Brasher. You've been talking about freedom and free and love freedom. I love it. It's cold. Where you at, Nicolette Moore? How you doing, mama? The chocolates. Anyway, yeah, it's cold and windy here. It's not raining so much no more. It rained yesterday. But what state you live in, Nicolette, where it's raining? Fresno? Okay. Yeah, that's right, Freedom Computer Whiz. Still sharp and steel, right? Still sharp and steel. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. Much love. Be safe out there. Be careful with these masks. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. YouTube. I'm not gonna say any more than that. Just be careful with the mask. In the middle of California, I went camping in Fresno one year. It was hot as a motherfucker, boy. I tell you, it was hot. And like, what was that lake? I forgot what that lake was. In Fresno, it was lake. But it was hot, and the trees were all the vegetation was dead as a motherfucker. The water table was low. It was miserable. I had fun, but it was miserable. I love camping. I loved it. I can camp in any condition, but it was just bad. All right, much love, you guys. Ina Porter, Computer Whiz, Nicolette Moore. Thank you for stopping by. Derek Williams. 1113. All you guys. Truth TV 79. Larry Bird. Buckeye Jim. Black Spring with Autumn. Just Some Random Teen. J Slick Twisted. Y'all check his channel out. He's starting to do videos. J Slick Twisted. Check out Computer Whiz channel. He has some workout videos there. J Law. What's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you guys for stopping by. Anthony Andrew Seward. Who else? Xander. Larry Bird. I think I said you already. All right. Much love to you guys, and stay safe out there. Go out there and train. Go outside and get your cardio on. Breathe the fresh air. If it just rained or if it's raining, go out the next day when that's done and just look at that. No, not a single trail in the sky right now, man. Beautiful clouds, just clear blue skies, and it's so invigorating. Go outside, get it popping. Jay Mentor, peace out, brother. I'm just getting out of here, man. Go check out the replay. Yes. No, not Millerton. Lake, shit.
some lake. I'm sorry, I can't think of it. But the lake, it was hot at the lake. We had we rented a spot right by the lake. But man, I tell you, we went to this river. We went to the river like a ways off, a ways upstream, of course, a ways up from the lake, and the river was so cold, and the water was so fresh. I was drinking cups of water out of the river, straight from the river. And they were like, "Oh, you're gonna get sick." I'm like, "Dude, it's moving. It's a moving river. It's not still water. I'm not drinking out of a lake. I'm drinking out of a river. It's flowing. It's flowing. All the sediments are at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? It's flowing river. It's not gonna be that bad, okay? Yeah, animals piss in it and all that other shit, but so what, right? I drank it. That was the most refreshing water I ever had in my life, coming out of that river. I just got photobombed, y'all. Anyway, much love, you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Peace out. Be safe.